We already filmed this yesterday. And you're doing the happy dance. Come over here and do the happy dance.
But I'm in my jammy pants.
Okay. We'll do it together then. I was doing the helicopter.
Husband, in honor of our marriage, I give you a regiment of battle mechs and the means to support them in perpetuity.
My love, in honor of our marriage, I give you a vast prize. The Capellan Confederation.
Alright, assholes, it's your old pal Hobbs. Here to tell you about Shadow of the Alliance. Follow the journey of Mateo Bjerregaard, a young mech warrior in the service of the Taurian Concordat. In the wake of the Steiner-Davion wedding, Laconis III has just been invaded by Davion forces hoping to bang on Maximilian Liao's back door. Bjerregaard must fight to save his team, the woman he loves, and his people. Want to get in on it? You can! Donate bits to become a character in the book and help save Laconis III. Every bit helps this book become better and better looking to Catalyst because the goal is to make enough to commission artwork, including a cover and artist drawings inside, like the old days. Be a part of the legend of the Laconis Wolverines. Donate today. It will go to a good cause.
Well, this is going differently already. All right. Welcome to H-Mods. I'm Hobbs.
I'm Evie.
Yep. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. No, it's been a week. It's been a couple of weeks since I told you what was going to happen. So now we are finally here. This one is going to be a toughie because in today's economy, it's... you guys know. So for this build, we have $1,000 to work with. We might get more, but bing! Cha-ching! I keep looking at it as if it's there. There's going to be a set of numbers here where the dollar sign behind. Whatever. So anyway, I present to you JETSETTER. I don't know what kind of case this is. I don't know who made it. I don't know what the name is, but it comes from a day when people didn't name their cases. Because aftermarket cases were sort of a boutique kind of thing. This is a nifty looking case, but it was a very rare thing. This case is so old, it had Windows XP on it. Now, there's a tag on the back of here. It says 4/1/2003, which is probably when Milwaukee PC got it. Which, by the way, this message is to Milwaukee PC. You guys are boring. Really boring. They've been open for as long as probably since I was in high school, in the 90s and shit. And you could go in there and get parts and stuff. And it used to just be kind of like this, dirty kind of store where a whole bunch of used parts. Now, it's like walking into a dentist's office, which is super fun. We're an unsocial bunch. I get that. I'm an anomaly because I used to tour in a band. But that said, I know what it is to be an isolationist because we are who we are since COVID, and that's the way things are now. That said, every single Milwaukee PC I walk into these days is just the most unwelcoming atmosphere ever. You walk in, the guy doesn't talk to you. He's on his phone. Every single I've been to 3 of them in the last year. Every single one of them. The guy is just the hi, and that's it. Barely says a word, even if he does say a word. No music, unwelcoming environment, and stop selling Antec or Altec Lansing. Stop it! No one buys that shit! Okay, I'm off topic. So I probably got this case 10 years ago because I wanted to do something with it. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I think I wanted just to put my computer into this thing, and then I didn't have any money. And then when we started H-Mods, I was like, I want to put a water cooling system into this thing. And that never happened. And then lots of stuff happened, and it never actually wound up being my system because I got other ideas, and then this one just sort of faded in. This one's been sitting underneath the workbench in the workshop for years, so it's got to get cleaned because of all the metal dust. And so I got this case a long time ago. One of the reasons why I really like it is because I love old cases. It reminded me of when I first started building these things back in probably 2003. I love this case for a bunch of different reasons. One, because of the front panel. It looks really cool. The side panel was immediately, and the top panel here immediately reminded me of a plane. So JETSETTER was a name that I picked years ago. I just never did anything with it. Now we can. I was going to, there's these aren't rivets, these are actually screws. But there's screws here, and I was going to do like what we did with Maverick and just put a whole bunch more rivets on there. And since we learned how to paint all that minis and everything that I did with the Stardies and all the bricks, I was going to paint lines in the steel. This is just what I've come to think of since we started at Stardies. Still had a water cooling idea. Then we got a client, and he quickly moved to the front of the line because he paid. We have two other ones on the shelf right now. So this guy came to me, he's like, I have $1,000 budget and I don't want it water cooled, but I do want a nice decent running PC so that it can run Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I was like, it was like Shang Tsung.
It has begun!
Or actually more like Michael Buffer.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Or no, his brother. Yeah, that guy.
I don't know who any of these are.
It's time!
It's time!
God.
So, no water cooling system, fine by me, because I immediately got a different idea. And said idea is retrofuturism. I don't know if you know what that is. Let me hip you to the word. Retrofuturism is like what people in the 1930s thought today was going to be like. Flying cars and just planes flying through the city like Captain something in the world of tomorrow. Ewan McGregor and Angelina Jolie. Good f***ing movie. Oh, and Kate Winslet. Really good movie. It's like completely unrealistic, but it's great. So it's like, think Batman the Animated Series in the daytime, and there you go. Just super high, really kind of spiry buildings and, just kind of sci-fi, but also retro at the same time. That's what we're going to do with this. Yay! I immediately started getting ideas of brushed steel and copper and brass. Oh, we're doing this. What?
She's doing this too.
Lotus is doing this as well. So anyway, the most pressing issue is the parts. We need to source the parts, and then I need to get the client's approval for said parts. So that's step one. Let's go. So the issue is with $1,000 and prices the way they are these days, you gotta get really creative. I knew it was going to be an issue the second we took it. So
it's going to be quite the task. Probably a good couple hours of just looking at the parts, and then possibly, like, if we have to go through Craigslist or eBay or something, we're going to have to try to finagle some of these prices down. It's not going to be a pretty picture. So first thing, I've got a list of, I mean, I generally have this in Photoshop, which is basically just going to be where we can write down prices for what we find. JETSETTER, JETSETTER's already there because it's the case. But we don't have any of the parts in-house. As it turns out, we sold our last RAM with the last project. So I will have to find some more. So first thing we're going to look for is, we're going to look up the specs, because out of all the games that he told me, Flight Simulator was the most graphic intensive. So, and I happen to know that because when it came out, I tried to play it on my old computer, and it was a pirated game, so I didn't pay for it, but I couldn't play it. And the same thing happened with, like, was it Star Citizen? Was it Star ideal spec for AMD, because we're going AMD with this route. Ryzen 7 2700X. 8 gigs of VRAM for the GPU. Radeon 7. We're not going to be doing that. Well, 32 gigs of RAM, 150 gigabytes. 150 gigabytes for the game. Okay, so we need a decent sized M.2, because obviously he's going to play other games. We need a lot of RAM, which is going to be a huge problem. The GPU is probably not going to be super difficult to come by, and the processor, a 2700X is easy, but we're not going to use that. So let's just... So immediately when I'm... Oh, the ASRock looks nice. 289. I'm going to actually keep that on the shelf here, because we do like Steel Legend. Steel Legend makes good stuff. And that's a really decent price for a GPU, no matter how you slice it. 96 has 8 gigabytes, 3200 megahertz, or 3300 megahertz. The Radeon RX Steel Legend. I think this could be it. And it looks really nifty. And it's got, I mean, not that he gives a shit about this, but this has got RGB lights on it and whatever. I just like the look of it, and given that, given what we're going to be doing with it, this will also like really play very well. Okay, so Radeon 7, which is the recommended, we can get for 188 on eBay. I don't want to get a Radeon 7. I mean, it looks cool, and certainly it's better than Vega, but these were not the most well-received graphics cards. This is just how it happens to look. I don't need your stupid AI. I'd like to see if we could afford a Nitro Plus, but I don't think we're going to be able to. 6600 Radeon Pulse, 8 gigs, 275. Oh, the Steel Legend was 289, and we're looking at 275. That's tough. We will keep that. I'm gonna keep the Pulse up. Was there a 6500? Oh, it's a 4 gig. So 6600. Let's see about a 7600. Yeah, I didn't think so. I think that's the one we want, because he's eventually gonna have to upgrade it, and yeah, well, the 6600s, they're not that old. Let's keep these up, and then we will see Steel Legend 7600. I hate that we have to go for used parts to get this to be a good build, but oh, that's a gigabyte. Never mind. I don't want the gigabyte. Let's see if we can find... I like these two cards. I think between the two of these, I want to go with the Steel Legend, but if we have to go with the Pulse, we'll go with the Pulse. B450, and I don't want the B450. So we've got a Steel Legend motherboard, for 176 plus $43 in shipping. That's not bad. 176.80 plus 43.90 in shipping. Oh, that's way too much. 176.80 plus 43.90 equals 220.70. So this is a Steel Legend ATX, and that is 220, 221. CPU, let's see. So we've got, I think I want to go with the 5600 if we can snag it, but the 5800 is not that much different, so we'll put that up on the board here. 5300G is 85. 3950X is 150. That's pretty good, and that's right here in... And where's Norwood Park? Oh, it's in Chicago. Never mind. I wonder if we can just find these computers and then, like, okay, so 3900X, 32 gigabytes of DDR4, 6 terabyte Sarah, 1 terabyte M.2 gigabyte B550 Aorus Elite. I want to see if I can just email this guy and have him ditch some of the parts. I don't need the case. I don't need the motherboard. I don't need the hard... Well, the hard drive would be nice just to have. But a 3900X is nothing to shake a stick at. I also don't need the 1080. I'd like to know what the power supply is. Greetings. I'm interested in your PC. 1. What brand and rating is your power supply? And does it come with stock or AM cables? 2. Would you be interested in possibly making a deal for some of the parts? I don't need all of what you got. Alright, so that one we'll just wait on. We'll see what he says about that. That's not a bad... I think I know who this is. And if I'm right, he's going to say no. Because that's... I think all of these are that guys. He builds all of these. And he's a big Ryzen fan. He's got a couple of cases that I've had my eye on for ages. I think I'm not going to go out to like Madison or anything. So I think we're dead in the water as far as a Ryzen processor goes. So we're going back to eBay. Ooh, he put non-conductive tape on the CPU. This guy knows his stuff. And it's an updated BIOS. He's got the conductive tape on there. He's got the I/O shield. The RAM, the correct RAM ports are open, so this guy knows his stuff. There's nothing bent as far as I can see. All the pins are in the USB. That's good. I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but I've been looking. I've been making sure that those are... I had a motherboard back in the day that had a couple of pins actually come out on me. This is a big sell for me. The fact that this guy puts that tape on the CPU port means this is probably the one I want to get. Because that's not something people just do. That's something from a guy who probably does this for a living. Look at the screw part. This is probably the one I'm going to get. God, I'd even buy this if he was asking for more money out of it. All right, let's see. I wonder if they make a power supply. Hey, they're doing it. It's in the white one. That's my bingo. Well, I'm getting lucky with this. I have never done an AMD build without a Sapphire card. I do, however, really like ASRock. It's decently priced, solid. This one is gold. That's going to be our bingo, I think. I don't want to... if you're going to get a power supply, get a new one. This is my bitch. This is my bitch pitch. I've never used Jawa, and I don't think I'm going to get good prices because this is all gamers selling their shit. And gamers know how bad it is right now, so they're going to be trying to get the best price for the buck. Ryzen 5600X components. I don't want a 7500X. I want a 5600X. So I'm guessing the 5600X is not gonna happen. Yep. Let's do cooling. Of course, we're gonna go with thermal right. Ooh, what's this? This is new. Daisy chainable case fans. That's great. I'd love to find some like reverse fans, because here's my idea. No matter what we do at the front panel, I don't think you're going to be able to see too much of it inside. So I'd like to see if I can find some reverse bladed fans so I can have them facing inward and you get to see all this shit going on there. And these are infinity mirror too. Oh! Oh. Oh, it's white and it's reverse! That's exactly what we're looking for! We're getting that. And we're just going to go ahead and get the same one that I have in Night Call, because it's just really good. This has actually gone down in price. So we've got 3 up, 3 in front, 2 on the cooler, 2 in the back. I'd like to do 2 up top. So that's 1, 2, 3. These 2 are not included. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans. So currently we have 2, 5, and then we need a 140 mil. I think the top fans will be just fine without RGB. $225 for freaking Corsair Vengeance. No. 180 for Kingston Furies. That's decent, but I think I'm gonna place a bid on the 120. On the other hand, this ends in 1 day. It doesn't need RGB RAM. I just need DDR4 RAM. So what am I doing here? This is the stuff we're getting here. So we've got RAM, we've got the motherboard, we've got the CPU, and we will have the GPU. So we're gonna go with this one. That's tempting because this is an ARC, and ARC doesn't suck anymore. I'll have to do some thinking about that. Meanwhile, we've got to get to work, so let's go.
This is why I love Evie so much. She just gives me things. She spoils me with dumb shit. We were in Phoenix recently and she was out with her. Are you laughing at me?
It's not dumb. You're going to do stuff with it.
That's true. We were in Phoenix recently visiting her family and she was out with her mom and she called me. She's like, oh, I'm at Goodwill. There's some keyboards that you might like. So we're on video chat and she's showing me all those ones. I was like, oh, this one looks pretty cool. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's nifty. And then this one popped up on the video and I was like, that's the exact same one I used for a night call. So I think this guy's gonna get an extra keyboard in with the build if I find time for it, because I have an idea for this too. I like doing these. Okay, so here's what we were talking about, Evie and I. Because the issue is that it will look cool if we keep it like this, but we don't like the short bits here. So her idea was that maybe we just cut those out. And then, what was your idea? We kind of go around like that?
Not underneath the big ones, no. I was thinking you take out, like,
oh, like we go like
in the
this?
background. Yeah. I'd make it thinner between the propellers, but yeah. Like, you see the spacing between the long one and the short one? Mm-hmm. I would make the spacing between, like, I'd cut it out so that the amount of space is the same.
So lengthen them.
But I'd take out all the stuff around it, too. Is that gonna come off?
Yeah. It doesn't matter anyway. Because we're going to be painting over it.
But you see how this gap is this wide and this is like double wide?
So bring it in like that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to draw what you...
I'd make it like open air.
You draw what your idea is.
No, you're getting it. And then I just make it all open air. So I'd take out everything that's not the surrounding shape of the 4 propellers we wanted to keep.
So we'd be losing this one. Probably losing that. I'd have to make the whole thing bigger.
Yeah, I don't know how it would be on the case anymore.
So this will work because as long as these are connected to, this comes to the edge, but it doesn't go to the edge of the panel. So it's not like anything's going to get cut off. However, I do want to keep it rounded. So we're going to round this up a little bit. No jagged edges on this thing. And if I do, it's going to be like that sort of, you know how like you see like metal sheet that's sort of wrapped around something else, so it kind of comes up and then it's kind of like rounded like that.
Yeah.
I might do something like that, but I don't know, because the copper sheet that we're gonna get, I don't know how malleable it is.
Okay.
I will say one thing. This is gonna come in handy. So I'm gonna use it to planch. I learned that on Forged in Fire.
You're putting that really far in.
Should I not?
You're not following your pencil line.
What are you talking about?
You have a pencil line.
I'm following my pencil line. What are you talking about?
The outside,
You said to bring it in.
No.
No?
No.
Would you please show me what you mean?
That's what I'm saying. You and I are
Come
on the same
on.
page. So here. Sorry about my jammy pants.
Yeah, guys. She's in her jammy pants and she looks super cute, so don't say anything about how cute she looks. Look at that. Look at that. She cut her hair.
I did. I donated my hair all at a whole 19 inches. I'm very proud. So
Almost as long as my Johnson.
So, yeah, when we were talking about it, I was just picturing what if we could make all of it negative space except for the propellers that we wanted to keep.
Draw it. Okay, but then do you see the problem? Then this doesn't actually connect to...
That's what I was saying. I don't know how it would connect. It would have to be by the plexi, because there would be plexi in the whole backing connecting the pieces to the build, to the case.
Hmm.
And then you were talking about putting copper on it, so I was picturing copper, like foil on the edges here.
Oh, no. It's going to be like a full-on cutout frame.
So a copper propeller.
Kind of, yeah. I like what you're about to say.
Well, it doesn't make sense as far as like this being the front, but if this were a propeller, then you should have a cone here.
Yeah, I know a guy. Well, I don't know a guy, but there's a guy on eBay who will
Yeah.
make custom fan grills.
But they have to be like a cone, so it comes out, and that's the aerodynamic part with the propellers behind
I
it.
really like that idea.
Also,
And since there's no fan gonna be on the panel anymore, so I'm ditching the fan idea.
well, you could
'cause-
do that, but it'd have to have holes in it.
Well, no, because what I'd have to do is I'd have to make a bigger hole, because I'm not fucking sticking an 80 mil fan in there.
Oh, well, it would look cool still. Because I'm picturing a cone where when you look at it head on, you can't see the slits in it.
Mhm.
Like angled properly, so the air can still flow, but you don't see it from looking at it head on.
So like a slotted cone.
Yeah.
That's an idea.
And then while we were just standing here, I was thinking, because this is negative
That's a good
space.
idea.
But yeah, so this, you do what you want. I was just wondering why you weren't putting the tape in line with your lines that you made.
So I was planning on cutting a bigger window.
Wouldn't the window be bigger if you put the tape here and cut here?
That's what I was talking about.
But you put
said
the-
to bring it in.
Didn't mean like that.
Oh, okay. Since you're shorter than me, you turn around. Here, no, take it. Okay, so we are agreed then that the tape is too far in.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you didn't need it. The waste. I could have used that.
Okay, so I like your idea about the cone. We're gonna do that. Which means we can use one of the Thermalroid 80 mils that we have in the house. It's already white too. That's great. And it should fit the assassin that we're putting in. One thing I was thinking about too is being able to fit a 120 mil fan. If this thing was sitting in there, then that means it'll fit. Unfortunately, what that means is we have to cut off.
But I like those. Just get 2 teeny ones and make it the way it's supposed to be.
But it's not going to have the air
But
unless
they
we
look cool.
unless we raise it up and cut fans into the
But
bottom.
there's 2 fans. There's room for 2 fans right there. And you're gonna put fans all along the top.
That's true. You really think it's going to look cooler with those fans?
Yeah.
Okay. You're probably right. Because the whole vintage thing, it's nice to keep. And also, like, painting it might not look the same if we got a different kind of metal. Okay. It's a good idea. And frankly, it's something that I would have liked to stick with. The airflow. But you're right, since we are opening this up.
Can you picture Jet?
Look at how dirty it is on the bottom.
Can you picture Jet, like, exhaust, the blue flames coming out the
Oh
back?
god, that would look so cool. Look how filthy that is.
That is filthy.
Another thing I was thinking about too, I'm gonna have to talk to Eric about this. Do you remember what we did with Reveille? We had that exhaust port coming off of it. I want to do that again. It's a plane.
I have exhaust ports.
They have big, giant, huge pipes that come off the side. Side pipes. You know, like in a...
So you're gonna cover up that cool stuff that I just told you need to keep?
Okay, I'll think about it. I'm getting an idea.
Let's say it out loud.
I'm gonna... Okay, so your idea about forming the frame around the window is a good one. The idea is, as you say, put metal on top of here, like the copper whatever.
Yeah.
And just form it to this area here to give it a layered look.
Okay.
Because I could put that plexi down and then put the copper on top of that, but it's not going to be higher than this. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the sort of porthole look.
So then just don't cut off the bits on the ends of the long ones. Don't make it a straight line.
Yeah.
And that'll look silly. Just leaves the wedges like you have them. So don't cut this at all.
I have an idea. Okay. I got it.
So, what you thinking?
Well, in so much as the idea that I had to make some sort of cockpit canopy looking thing, I'm having an issue with the front panel because once again I don't know what we're doing with it. But now I have an idea. I'm gonna cut all of that out. These are just spacers anyway. So I'm gonna cut all of this off. I'm gonna keep the switch. So I'm gonna I'll cut around it or maybe make a new one or something and then run it up like that. Because I really like this. This is one of the reasons why I got it. However, once I'm done with that, I'm going to do like what we did with Venom, and I'm going to take some sheet metal. I'm going to take some copper and then I'll put sheet metal underneath it. So here is the outline of the front panel. Once again, we're going to... No, we can't round it off because the edges at the top are... So here's the thing. I'm going to have a bit here for the power switch, but then I'm going to have a bit come up like that, and then have a circle like that. So like this is the viewport from the cockpit, so you can, this is where you sight the thing. So we go around like this. This is all going to be metal, and this is going to be screen.
Okay.
And then like that. Oh, that's gonna look so fucking cool. And now we've solved the fan problem.
Perfect.
Yeah, because we're gonna do the floating thing again. This is gonna be so much fun. I'm glad I figured this out right the fuck away. That's the bitch problem. So now the all right, well, we didn't get everything that I wanted to do today done, but we're out of space on the camera, so we'll see you next week.